Welcome. It's Monday evening, March 3rd. My name's Fola, and yeah, we're going to have some fun pulling some cards and tuning into some of the collective energy that's kind of going on right now. And then hopefully time for some like personal card pulls if you're interested in getting some intuitive guidance, especially around this theme of being seen or this fear of being seen. That's been like this message that's really been showing up lately. And I know for myself, it's been a part of the learning on not being scared, and more so stepping through the fear that shows up. Because the main thing to know is that it's inevitable. It's going to show up no matter what. Hi, Delilah. Yeah, nice to see you here. So I'm going to keep it a little bit simple. Sorry, I had to change the time. We're like traveling and stuff. And so I was like, okay, let's not be too rushed this evening. But I'm here and you're here. And if you'd like cards pulled, we'll get to them after. I won't stay on here for too long, probably, just because I need to eat something still. Hi, Meredith, darling. Hello. Yeah. But yeah, if you'd like cards pulled, getting your name on there, knowing that the community members get kind of the first dibs on readings. So if I'm jumping at different places, that's kind of why. But let's tune in just a few deep breaths together here to tap into the energy of the collective for this collective reading. Just taking a deep breath in and letting it go. Another deep breath into the belly and letting it go. And one big deep breath down into the feet. And letting it go. And we just connect to the energies of the collective, to those beings of light that want to support with a reading, as to how the collective can start to really step into their power and stop hiding. Stop hiding from this fear of being seen. Stop playing small. These different energies, because I do believe that all of you here, have like some reason why you're here. You have a calling to something more, okay? And oftentimes the people that have the fear of being seen, those are the ones that are in that place of feeling like, okay, there's something more I got to be doing or creating, or how I'm living life, how I'm showing up. And so we're going to just pull some cards for that. And I'm going to do my best to keep track of who is asking for cards. So Meredith, I've got your name. Delilah, I got you. Okay. Let's see for the collective. What do we need to know about things that can help us stop hiding and so we can shine the lights that we are? What does this look like? I'm kind of being told it's like a past, present, future kind of energy here. So what's in the past? So we have the Ace of Swords. This tumultuous? I can never say that word. It's like I need to see it written down. Oh my God. Ace of Swords in the south. Look at the sword like piercing this almost like volcanic space. And it's funny, we're in the mountains right now. So I'm like really noticing this. And as we were driving through, it was like very foggy. And there's like reports of like snowfall warnings. It's like, why did we pick to come here today? And yet we can kind of see like the tops of the mountains as the sun was setting. And this sort of energy of the thing that came to my mind is this clearing of consciousness, and swords being the thoughts that we're holding. It's like sometimes I know for myself, I will stop myself from even moving through those clouds, through that fog, through the storm. The mind plays these negative sort of stories that keep us in the fear. Okay. Ooh, 444. Okay. So there's something here about this past way of the thoughts creating stories that have prevented you from seeing this. This is like the goal, the destination, I guess, of the journey. Okay. But like, just look at how, even though there's all these misty waves or misty air kind of like clouds going, the vision is completely clear and colored where that mountaintop is. And the sword is pointing at it. So this is about you, maybe in the past, kind of getting so caught up in the things around that you haven't really allowed your thoughts to pierce through to that end goal. Okay. So this is something I think we're facing. I just feel like spirit's really wanting to direct your focus on this sword. Like here is like spirit wants to remind you that spirit's kind of like part of the story, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what comes up with that, because that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But ooh, okay, there we go. The present card, and another one fell here. Ooh, the devil. Okay. I'm going to put these two as like together for the present. So we have the Father of Cups in the north, and this is represented by Odin. I love to, I mean, if you're familiar with the story of Odin, the All Father. Hi there, abstract voice. Oh, I think you mean you want cards. Okay, I'll put your name. So Odin was the all father in the Norse tradition, and it's because of him we have the wisdom, we have the understanding, we have the ruins. He sacrificed himself and hung himself on this tree. I love how too this week we're going to be diving into the Hanged Man in our exploring the tarot. So there's this energy of the surrender concept again. I want to say too, the word that's coming down just from kind of the replay of this evening driving through that like quote unquote storm, even though it wasn't really, it was just fog and wet roads, was this idea of having to slow down no matter what people are saying or thinking about what you're doing. And that I think is a huge part with when it comes to showing up as ourselves and having the fear of being seen as we worry about judgments of others, and it was like coming to a part where the road was kind of curving, and then a tow truck started blinking its like lights. So it's like, oh, I guess we should slow down, maybe there's an accident up ahead, who knows. And sure enough, there was like a car in the ditch, and it was like this thought to me of, okay, I could either go fast and risk my own self and whoever else, or I can just go at the pace that feels comfortable for me. And like Odin, like who knows what the other Norse gods, the Aesir, were saying about what he was going to do. Was it like every single person who's in a place of power or leadership, authority, visionaries and trailblazers, like many of you are, like these people who've made it to certain degrees of success or on their journey of what this mountaintop is, they all go through the challenges of having to face the judgments and the criticism. So, including, I feel like the Odin. And the reason I'm saying this is because we have the devil card that came out with it as well. So it's this idea of like these adversaries. So right now, you might be facing more adversaries than usual. That's usually what happens when we're about to make it to the top, right? The things that really are trying to stop us, hold us in our boxes, in our structures, be deemed almost as scary or fearful even, and yet it's up to you to overcome that, because this Father of Cups in the north, this energy of Odin, the King of Cups, shows like almost a rulership now of the emotions. So, and if you know the order, I guess, of we go swords in the east, cups in the west, and then south north, right? It's like the thoughts have to be in a particular place of discipline, so that then the emotions can follow suit. Okay. And it's like he sacrificed himself. And if I think about the hanged man, because he hung himself on the world tree, gave his eye so that he could receive this knowledge, it's like this concept of the hanged man being the water element, again, surrender, being like the water, so that the things, even the fear that's showing up, can kind of subside as the time, or when the time calls for it to. Because, you know, I just want to remind those of you, if you're watching, maybe you're just starting like your journey. This is really kind of what I feel I'm really wanting to step into more, is sharing encouraging words, inspiration, and ways for you to kind of like practically step into your true will on your path, the things you want to create, the way you want to live your life in a way that's also very abundant, because you deserve to have all of that experience as a child of spirit here. It's like this concept of knowing anywhere on your path, no matter where you are on the journey, fear is going to be a thing. The desire to try to hide under your like shell, you know, and avoid being trampled on, avoid judgments, avoid criticisms, avoid failing. Those fears never go away. My partner says, like, you know, like new levels, new devils. Like, really, that's kind of what happens. So let's see about the energy of the forward movement. Ooh. So we have the 10 of stones. What is it called? Richness. Hi, Roger Washington. Nice to see you here. Yeah. Love and light. So we have this richness energy with the stones. To me, this is like the final evolution of everything that's taken place, with the stones being kind of like the last more physical element, the 10 being the very earthly kingdom energy of Malkut on the tree of life. We have the like kind of concept of the tree here itself in some form, but it's interesting. It's kind of like set up a little differently. And then I need to see how I could do that. 1, 2, 3. Huh. Okay. What wants to come through with this for moving forward? I guess the main thing I'm seeing or kind of getting with this card is the sense of the richness that comes from being like so sure of yourself, you know, being so sure and in your power. Like, you know, if you're walking it through fear, no matter what, you recognize like nothing can really shake you. Like it gets to a point, I guess, where you just recognize it doesn't matter what someone's going to say, if they comment something, or you know, they post something negative here or there, or if someone starts talking negatively about you behind your back. Like, you know, that whole idea again, sticks and stones may break my bones, but like the words can't hurt us. Like recognizing this sort of like stability that you hold and the richness, but also I'm seeing it like you're standing on this, and the energy of the earth, the rock formations, like, you know, I was just saying when driving through the mountains, initially I get this bit of like intense like anxiety because it's so powerful, like so powerful. But when we start to channel that up through us, you know, that's also us being rich in the sense of channeling the energy of the earth into our being, like the abundance of the earth. That itself is the richness, okay? And it's going to support you like these foundation stones, I guess. And I love how there's like 10 people on this right now, at least from what I'm seeing on my numbers. And there's something about this 10, which maybe we'll tap into as we go through. But we're going to pull one of these cards for the collective. Is there anything we need to ask? Maybe something about the merger for folks with this Father of Cups, Odin, and the Devil energy. Let's see what wants to come through with that. Hi, Andrew. Nice to see you. It's been a while. Ooh, I'm glad you're here. Not mathing. Please hit the like button. Let's get this message out there. Thanks, Roger. Safe travel. Oh, so it's interesting because I've laid the cards like on like a north, south, east, west kind of thing going on here. We have the safe travel card. And when I was seeing it, it's like, I guess like a part of me wants to say this idea again, a reminder, I guess, that spirit is like guiding you. And you know, sometimes I feel like it's so redundant, but like someone just told me, they're like, yeah, you told me in a reading that like spirit has my back, so don't worry. And that like really stood out to them. So maybe like some of you need to hear that right now. Us driving here, I was like, maybe this was a huge mistake, you know, like, oh my gosh, like what if we don't make it? And again, the surrendering energy. So again, if surrendering's hard, like we're going to be working with the Hangman this week with the Explore the Tarot. You might want to tune into that video when it comes out, probably on Friday. but it's like this watery element being, like on the journey of water on a boat. It's like it can have its ups and downs, and there's so much turbulence, I guess, and like uncertainty. And I'm thinking to when Jesus was on the boat with the disciples and he fell asleep, and then the storm came, and the disciples are like losing their minds, like, oh my gosh. And then someone like woke him up and was like, what are you doing about this? Like, you're the Son of God, help us. And then Jesus kind of just was like, whoa, like calm down, you guys. And like kind of like ridiculed them in a way for not having the faith during this travel. And like within moments, the storm cleared. Okay. If there's like a lot of storms right now in your life, if you're feeling like, it just seems like, how can I even see? Because the fog, the fear is like just so all consuming your path or your journey. This symbol itself, the compass, there's a really cool symbol I would used to put on my body that was like the Norse symbol of for seaways or people traveling on the ocean. Something like that can remind you of like these four corners or the four directions of your life really being supported and guided and held by spirit. That can help you if you want to meditate on this as you go through your week, anytime you're feeling uncertain. But we'll call into the four angels or archangels before we actually get into the reading, like private reading. So if, again, people watching, if you'd like a private reading, let me know. And then we'll just see what happens with us calling to those archangels of fire, earth, water, air, the four directions. Okay. So, just arriving into that purpose for the sake of the arrival. Ooh, I like that, Delilah. It's happening. Ooh, for whatever reasons, shoulder shrugs. I'm glad that it resonates. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this, and we'll pull some cards for y'all, and then I gotta eat my food. It's sitting over there in that bag. So wherever you are, if it's safe for you to do so, you can close your eyes. If it helps you to face the direction of the east, you can do that. I'm going to declare this direction, the magical east, for the purpose of the process. And imagining in the east that rising sun, that place in which every day faithfully the sun arises on its path to travel across the sky. And in that direction of the east, we have the element of air, of the sword, and the rulership of Archangel Raphael. And so we call to you, Archangel Raphael, in the east. Raphael. Come and guide us on our journey of our minds. Then we call to the energies of the west. You can turn to the west if you would like. To that place of the setting sun, place of the earth, mother, the womb, our intuition and introspection. And that in which is the cup, the element of water. To Archangel Gabriel, who guards this holy chalice. We call to you, Archangel Gabriel, in the west, to come and be with us with our emotions. Gabriel. We call now to the energies of the south. If you decide to face the south, you may do so. We call to that place of the plants, and to that in which the fiery wand of Archangel Michael bears witness, burns through and alchemizes so that we can have trust and innocence. We call to you, Archangel Michael, to come and be present now, Give us that sense of will and determination, motivation, of fire. Michael. And we turn to the north and call to the north, to that place of air, from the sense of animals breathing, of wisdom, but that final landing place of earth, of the pentacles and discs, of the corn husks, in which represent abundance of the material realm. And we call to you, Archangel Uriel, the guardian of the stones. Thank you for bringing our manifestations into existence and providing that sense of stability as we walk through any fear, any uncertainty, any doubt that might be showing up in our lives, and in a way preventing us from really living out our true will, living our life in a way that is in accordance to that. We call to you now, Uriel. Uriel. We ask that all four directions be married through the as above and the so below, entering into each soul that desires for that clear direction, that safe travel on their path. And taking a deep breath in. So, this is us just simply calling in those four directions. You can do this at any point during your day. Great way to create a container or a space, clear energy, it's kind of tied to all the different practices of the magic circle, the medicine wheel. But a great simple practice, and those angels are with you now. So let's get into some card pulls. Meredith, darling, we'll start with you. Oh, my deck's upside down. Weird. How's your life? Is it feeling upside down, Meredith? Ooh, 222. I hope not, but if life's happening. Oh, weird. That card went back in there. Okay. So, Meredith, darling, we have the Daughter of Cups in the north, the Princess of Cups, and it's kind of in reverse. I'm going to just kind of follow the three path thing of like past, present, future. But we have this Daughter of Cups in the north. This is very fascinating. It's like a wise woman. I was going to say wow, weird. I don't even know. Maybe I've seen this card before. That's why I was going to say, is that Saint Bridget? But it says Bridget of Ireland at the top. There's something about like this wisdom. Have you had this card before? I don't know. Anyways, there's something about this wisdom. Okay. And there's these tall standing stones and this cave there in the distance, like the place where, and it's, the way I understand Bridget, in my experience with Bridget, or the name, was from a spiritualist group here in Edmonton. And I think it's like St. Bridget's or something it's called. And they do it's a spiritualist church. They have people come, they do mediumship, things like that. And so there's this element of death. Even these standing stones, I was doing a bit of research on some of the ancient stones in Iceland and in the Scandinavian countries, and how they would write, you've maybe seen them, they have the runic writing all around, and it's just it looks so, it looks really cool. And it's like, wow, what wisdom does it hold? But they're literally just gravestones, okay? Not to demean that, but there's something here about this, maybe it's a grandmother energy for you, Meredith. If there's any sadness around that maternal line, a disconnect almost from them, maybe something that's been prevented from really being able to tap into that, because I'm seeing these stones almost as a wall that you've maybe felt barred from the wisdom of the ancestors of your maternal side, your grandmother, etc. there's something about this that's like being explored, I guess, or that could maybe be the thing that's held you back from being seen. So it's almost like it's ancestral, I guess is what I want to say. Um, a lot around the emotions, and if we have this cup energy and the daughters of cup kind of being like the lower aspect of the, the face cards of the tarot. And so it's like this evolution wanting to happen. But the beautiful thing about the daughters, she becomes the queen, like she becomes this evolved part, like the princess becomes that in time. Okay. You have the two of stones, which is harmony. So, those like, I'm just seeing those balls, like those, someone was just asking me about them, like those old, I think they were like Chinese, like stress balls, and you could hold them and they'd like clang, ling, ling, and like make a sound. Um, Maybe for you, it's like kind of like connecting to a level of reducing your stress in your life right now in whatever way that needs to happen. But it's going to be something physical to help balance the nervous system and bring like a harmony into your body. So we'll just call to Archangel Oriel to help guide you with what are the ways it's going to support your nervous system and bring harmony, bring balance into your being, okay, into your physical body, so that this wisdom of the ancestors, this emotionality that maybe was present, that might be tied to some fear of being seen or playing small, which many of our mothers, grandmothers, I think, because of generational like societal pressures, that's just how they've been. um, but you are like emerging into a new way. So this like harmony energy is really going to be of benefit. So however you do that, if it's like those little, maybe you'll come across those balls and like that could be, like those fidget spinners can be really helpful, or like fidgety toys can help just disseminate the tension in the body. Okay. And then I love how we have this. This was a card that was kind of still in the deck, the third one, Isis. It's the daughter of swords in the south. So Isis is like the princess who becomes the mother, the queen, who has to help Osiris, who was killed by Set, and evolve. Like, it's this it's like the feminine energy that's like downplayed, but is so like pertinent to anything that happens in any of these stories of these like sun gods, even Jesus, like Mary, Mother Mary, without her, there would be no Jesus. So there's something about this, and maybe that's like a bit of a story for you of like um, being seen. It's like, well, even if your mom maybe struggled with being seen, it's like, or struggled with certain things, it's like because of her, you're here. If there's negative sort of stories or like shadow stories kind of playing out around that relationship, like I would invite you to call on Isis, call on Mother Mary, call on that energy of like mother, to kind of help evolve what the maybe needs to be seen, to bring some compassion even towards that, and to recognize your power as her also mother to mother to, yeah, child, I guess maybe I want to see or say. We're going to pull one of these for you, Meredith. Let me read the comments. Okay, neat. A disconnect. Oh, okay. I remember the balls. Yes, will reduce stress. Call on them. Let's see, what's one thing here? Maybe a practical sort of step. Even though I feel like that's kind of practical, but whatevs. Ooh, we got the new moon. It was just the new moon, right? It's coming to full moon. So you have like, I guess what I want to say here is this like energy of the new moon that's like finishing and coming again, right? Oh my gosh, you guys, I feel like I'm so lost on the astrology lately for some reason around lunar stuff. So if anyone else in the comments could tell me when the new moon is or wants to search it, that would be great. But it feels like there's like a cycle here that you could wait to see kind of being completed. Okay, you made intentions. So what, you don't have to share what your intentions are, but maybe there's a reflection there for you from this past new moon, because it was just the new moon. I know I did a ritual then, so whatever. There's something about that from then until now, or then until the future, I guess, of the next one, I guess at the end of the month or whatever. There's going to be something here that will like be illuminated. I love how we have this like bright halo around this dark, shadowy figure of the moon. It's also going to be an eclipse, I think, at the next new moon. I believe it's a lunar eclipse and a new moon in Aries then. So beginnings, new opportunities, things like that for sure are going to be on your path. So if you're, recognizing, and it's 45 is the card. So 4 + 5 is 9. That to me means like an ending so that something can come. It's like this next few weeks will be really great for you, Meredith, to tune into this ancestral wisdom and break the old stories. Find harmony in your body with your nervous system and the ways that is supporting you, and seeing the story of mother in a new way. Mother, mother's mother, and you as mother. Because I think you have kids. But anyway, yeah, I feel like that's all I have to say about that, Meredith. Like we were just talking about the moon and how like it's crazy how like sometimes it's over there and like in one part of the sky and you can kind of like see right now it's like a crescent moon and you can still see the full moon, but it's like shaded in black, right? But it's like other times when it's full moon, it's like over here and it's huge as it's just coming over the horizon, but then it gets smaller, right? It's like the moon is so mysterious and so all over the place, like, and yet we like love it, you know? It's got like a predictability even in its like chaotic kind of wave nature. So maybe there's something there for you too, Meredith, like seeing that about yourself, even if it was maybe shunned upon by family. I don't know if you have ADHD, but like, sometimes we're like all over the place. Maybe that's why the fidget spinner, I can see a fidget spinner for some reason in my mind. But yeah, the moon, that's the feminine energy. There's something powerful about that and intuitive and everyone is drawn to it. Even people who are like anti-astrology or anti-tarot or whatever, they like that. So anyway, okay. I hope that resonates. Okay. Abstract voice. Saturn. I like that. Right. Okay. This year's a 9 year. Yes, the Hermit. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for being here and taking part. Oh, and that just reminds me, because I see that you got your little thanks for being a member here, like some of you may be new here. It's totally fine, whatever you choose to do or contribute or how much you want to get involved. But I'm really wanting to step into bringing more like content out that's like supportive, like I said, and also for the membership. And so like starting this month, at the end of the month, we're going to start I'm going to be doing these challenges for the membership portal. So I think it's there's different tiers for the membership based on how much you want to like commit. I think it's like maybe $17 for the like Practicus membership. And then it's like $5 for the Zellator. I'm probably going to add another one too, just because 3 is a cool number. But at the end of the month, it's going to be a challenge for those of us who like want to really step through these blocks of being seen, these blocks of hiding ourselves and our abilities, our gifts, our light. And I've been learning a lot about this over the past several years on my own journey. I used to be very like quiet, shy. My throat chakra would be like, never thought I would see myself doing this sort of thing. I was definitely hiding my spiritual like abilities, like these intuitive things. I never, ever would have thought, because of the stuff I was told growing up. But here we are. So I want to share in that portal some ways, and us as a collective, those of you who want to join, like taking part in these very practical ways to create these ripples and start to step more fully in our power. So you may want to join that. I'll be talking about it more as we get closer. It's going to be at the end of the month, this March. A great way to step through that spring equinox energy, the eclipse energy, etc. Okay. But I appreciate all the support from everyone, no matter what. You just being here, commenting, liking, sharing. That's really great. So thank you. Nice to have a community like growing, you know? Because yeah, this really is, we're collectively here going through the things. Okay. Okay, Delilah, we're gonna pull cards for you. Oh yeah, Delilah, sweet. Whenever you feel called, you're already a member. You know, like it's like you're all here. And, you know, the reason too for the membership and like this helps me to do the things I love. You know, it supports me as well, and shows that you care about like the work that I do. I think in another capacity. You know, so I appreciate that. Ooh, okay, Delilah, it's funny because it says your past card here is material difficulty, 5 of stones. And like what I'm kind of hearing with this is because like I think we're all have been there and many times still touch on it, okay, is this idea of I can't do this thing or that thing or invest in myself. And I'm hearing specifically for you, Delilah, if it's like a course or maybe some type of thing that you want to learn or invest in yourself. And you're kind of like feeling it's been because of this material difficulty, the lack of the resources from the past. And you have the hangman. So you have this 5 of stones, material difficulty, and then you have the hangman. Look at this beautiful card of like the rainbow and the surrender. And like, I like this because it's like the hair of the head is becoming the mountain. It's like he's becoming one with the earth. Like, I feel like this might be a great meditation for you, Delilah, to like just really trust the flow of resources in your life is to be in this place of like, you know, you may need to, if you can, put your head on the earth or you know, like you could like lean over the edge of a couch if it's safe for you or a bed and let your top of your head kind of touch the ground and like connect crown to the ground. There's something in your subconscious that's really going to come up, I guess, that needs to come up around this. How's this tied to the fear of being seen? Okay, I guess it wants to be that card. We have the 6 of Cups, happiness. It was in reverse. So it's like something here about the happiness, like you deserving happiness. You know, like, so our like trip here is very spontaneous, you guys, by the way. Like, it literally this morning's like, let's go to the mountains. And everything was so like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, I caught myself in like this negative mind space of, oh no, we shouldn't. You know, what about the finances? Oh, what about this thing that needs to happen and this person that's relying and like what? And then it's me. It's like, well, what if the car were, you know, like all these stories and things. And it comes down to this energy of not allowing the happiness, the stories of like, am I, you know, and I think I kind of said this even to Paul was like, I have this thing of like, if I want to do something I want to do, it's going to upset the people around me. And it's like, there's something here for you with the subconscious belief around what happiness is, Delilah. Like, what are you allowing or not allowing? So let's pull for the future. You have the 6 of Wands, victory. Okay. So there's something here about like burning through those thoughts, about doing the thing anyway. We have 6 here, which is very much like the sun's solar energy of Tiferet, going for the heart's like desires, I want to say, and like trusting that when you do that, when you go for the things you want, it's going to be resourceful. It's going to be supportive. You know, like, what else can I say with this? I like how there's like these leaves on this card too. It's almost, and like they look like they're falling leaves. Like, you know, like the old foliage and all the old dead leaves that each year as the seasons change, there's like the old stuff falls away. There's something about this that I think your actions you doing the thing, saying yes, like deciding, like yes, just deciding. Like another example I'll give you is like there's some program that I personally have been desiring to do, and it was like, well, should I financially, like, humming and hawing, and the next step of the process was to do the application online. And I was like, well, it doesn't hurt to do the application. I mean, the only story I'm telling myself at that point is, oh, I don't want to waste this person's time if I don't say yes, like all this stuff. But it was like, you know what? If I want something, I need to just do it. And so I filled it out. Like, and it's just like, we just came here. And as we're coming here, it's like, this is the life I want to live. Having the ability to bring the things I need, cards, laptops, phone, whatever, microphone, and be anywhere to do those things. Okay. So whatever it looks like for you, it's like deciding yes. And from there, and it was interesting because even today it's like then started getting some money coming in and like things are happening to like, I feel like there's going to be something there. You just need to like go through this. So it's really centering your heart because this Tiferet energy. I feel like there's something with Mars too for you. And we have the Truth card. A lot of cards fell out here, but none of them are except this one in the deck. Apparently you're getting lots of cards. You have Truth with Ma'at's ostrich feather, and you have Friendship. So, and I love how you have the arrows here. And you have Tiwas here. There's something about this, again, there's something about this forward motion. Really, maybe you need to sit with someone that you trust to get a bit of this. Maybe it's like a collaborative energy or something. I think that's going to help you with, or even just talking with someone like, this is some of the stuff I do with folks. If you ever want to have a phone chat and like do a soul alchemy session, let's get to this. Like, what is that true north, that compass direction of where you're going? What is it you actually want? Because then when you know that, making the decision can be so much easier. And we all need that. Like I'm, kind of like, I don't know what I should do here. Like then I go to someone that I trust, and have this conversation. They don't tell me what to do. It should never be that. It's more, this is what I'm thinking. And then them like, just kind of like giving ideas and thoughts and us, and then it's like, oh, okay, actually I knew that already, or I could feel that in my heart already. That's actually what I want. And I feel like the prayer, some of you have reached out to me privately. Let's have prayer time. Like that's what I call it, like magic, kind of like we did earlier, just like, yeah, let's just connect to the energy of what's possible and see what manifests. Because again, when two or more are gathered in the name of God, then that's where miracles happen. You can still do it on yourself or on your own, but like God's really there listening when two or more are gathered. So that's I just witnessed how much more powerful manifestations are that way. But yeah, Delilah, whatever is going on for you, I feel like that, I don't know how that's really with being seen, but overcoming, I guess, the fear of the lack is probably what that was kind of directing for you. So trust and go say yes to what you want, decide, and then say, hey, universe, how are you going to make this happen for me? How are you going to make this happen? And the universe will show you how. Okay. Abstract Voice Podcast. I like that. I have to check that out. Let's pull a card for you. And if anyone else would like cards pulled, I think I could do one more after this. And then I'm going to eat because I'm hungry. So you have the Chariot card first. It was in reverse, by the way. Abstract. Ooh. Snapshot Sniper. Hi, Snapshot Sniper. Abstract Voice Podcast. So the Chariot is like, I mean, obviously the vehicle that moves us, the Merkaba, but it's like not just like the physical things. If something's going on with a car or something for you, it's like, oh, what the fuck is going on here? And the letter, the Hebrew letter tied to it is chet. So it's this fence. There's something about this boundary here, like, and the reason I'm saying it's like sometimes like if our vehicle breaks down, it could be seen as like like now I've got this other thing that's holding me back. I feel like this might be a bit of your like mindset, I guess is what I want to say. This mindset of like, being held back and almost like a victim energy. What I see with this, and I don't know about you, I'll show it. Like, it's almost like the Noah on the ark. Like, who built the ark? Well, it was Noah, his own hands, but with this guidance, blueprint of God, right? So again, this concept of like the divine guidance that's taking place in your life. I like, okay, we're gonna pull another one here. Let's see where the present of this being seen. So we have the Ace of Swords, which came up in the collective reading. Okay. Where is your attention, I guess? Where are your thoughts being directed right now? Because your mind is like in a form, the chariot of everything else that follows, where energy flows, like your thoughts flow, that energy will flow. And so there's something here that I feel like you're really being asked to clear around your thoughts. And I'm like feeling this very like expansive energy. What is that? Like, it's like making me think of like when I went through the whole spiritual emergence, like I'd have these like periods where things were just so like wide open, and it was uncomfortable because I didn't really know what it was. It was like, it's like every possibility existing, and it feels good. Like it feels good and open, but it also feels a bit scary. Okay. Like, if you know what I mean, I don't know. Make some of you may or may not have experienced this. And instead of focusing on like the fear of it, I want to invite you, Abstract Voice Podcast, to return to like you as like the center point, this like anchor, I guess. Okay, and that's what I'm seeing here, this anchor. I'm seeing the boat, like this energy of what can be like the most important grounded part, because it's you and your body and in the physical sense, okay? I don't know if any of that makes sense. Let's pull another card. We have the Star. I like how she's like bathing herself. This card always gets me, this artist card. There's something here, water can be helpful, and clearly we got Cancer energy, so that is that fixed water. We've got like, well, the swords are air, but I keep seeing these things as like waves for whatever reason, parting the sea. And then we have here the Star card. So it's like the wish, that star is above, no matter what, it's above you, the thing that you want to see kind of happen, your goals, your dreams, and you really tapping into this element of water, this body embodiment, cleansing yourself, allowing whatever the thoughts are, what, like having a bath and letting the thoughts or worries that you're having go into the water itself, so that star energy, that wish, fulfilled, I guess, can like come to fulfillment, the thing that you want, the experiences that you want to create. That again, the chariot being this like Merkaba, being this dream body, that has actually no bounds, but is protected. I think that's for me the fence energy that can really like start to like shine through for you. Again, this energy of like the expansiveness, a way that you can really tap into your dreams is to not focus so much on the fixated thing that you want, but rather on that energy. Even though it can be kind of scary and overwhelming to be in like the like universal source and form of everything, that's how I would identify that like space. I don't know how else to explain it. If you meditate and you just ask to connect to what I'm talking about, then perhaps that will happen. But it's there where every possibility exists that you get to then manifest. Okay, and you will build things big, like Noah. Did he think he would do this? We just watched that Steve Carell movie, whatever that Noah's Ark movie was, where it's like he's just a normal guy, oh, normal politician, anchor turned politician, now like living this life of something big and being directed or forced by God to do it, which happens during a spiritual emergence. You don't have no choice. Like I didn't have a way to turn off what was going on. It was just having to like evolve into it and surrender to it, and let it be this guiding force, I guess, of experience towards whatever this dream is, this wish that is still there and is going to gain more clarity, I think, for you. Let's pull one of these for you. Abstract. It applies. Thank you, Washington. Roger Washington, Love and Light. Yeah. Snapshot Sniper, another card lighter. Oh, I already read your comment. Delilah. Thank you, Roger. Same to you and every beautiful soul. Yeah. Oh, hi, Pius. Ooh, you're going to get a card? I'm glad you could make it. Okay. Abstract voice. You have new life. Yeah, so maybe you are going through the spiritual emergence energy. Like this is like the beginning of something new. This is like a beautiful opportunity. It might not always feel like it. It might feel like life's upside down, you don't have control, or you're like, I like really am seeing this as like someone who doesn't have a shower or a bath and is having to use like a stream to bathe themselves, which could be seen as like a negative thing, but it's starting something new. It's guiding you more towards the life that you want, or the life that's meant for you, is maybe the better phrase, because you might not actually fully know what that looks like just yet, but it will come. As a survivor of the spiritual emergence, I can say so. Okay, and who put the Saturn thing, or Saturn? Was that you? This is at the bottom of the deck. So that's so funny that you did that. Karmic path. Okay, everything is happening for a reason. There might be some things in your karmic cycle that you want to explore. If you do like Akashic Records stuff or anything, I would encourage you to do that. But Saturn, it might be your Saturn return even. There's something about that. Like that was when that all happened to me. This is the Saturn return. If you haven't heard of that, maybe you want to look it up. Everything happens for a reason. Anyway, abstract boys, I hope that works for you. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Roger. Appreciate your donation. Yeah, it's so fun to come on here. And so I was like, we're going to do it tonight. So, Pius. Yeah. Yay. Yeah, it's been a long time. Okay, let's pull some cards for you. Let's see what wants to come through. Overcoming fear. The finances. Let's see what else comes for Pius. I was just saying, oh, we got two. It's interesting. They're kind of on top of each other. You have six of stones with success, and you have virtue, 3 of wands. So I'm just going to show you that here. But it was kind of like landed on top. And I like how it's kind of like the center point. I think maybe you've been feeling this like block. And I get the sense it's like you've been blocking yourself because of your virtues, of how you're going to be seen by people. Like we have these certain values of like, or these morals of like, oh, well, I can never do that as a business owner. Or I can never do this because what will people think? And I think it's more for like different people, different cultures, different, genders, etc. There's something about this like virtue energy that is sort of like blocking this forward path. You can't really get through there as much as you try. And yet here you're being told there's going to be success with the 6. And again, 6 being the heart space, Tiferet. There's like you being in the place of the heart, calling in the energy of the sun to really help you tap into, well, what are actually your morals and values, okay? Because it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Like, again, the people who make the biggest ripple in this world are the ones who do things that people don't really like. And this is starting you into this aeon, this new chapter, I guess, this new way or universe, I guess, sort of existence that's being birthed through you. I feel like maybe there's something here, it's interesting. There's something here about this eye peering over. I want to say what it feels like is like, like sometimes it's like, if you have like a really religious upbringing, it's almost like, oh, like God's watching me and like making judgments. Maybe there's something there for you. I don't know, like how that would tie into your religious aspect, but this is like the judgment card usually. So we're going to call to fire. We're going to call to spirit to kind of just support you, Pius, with like clearing whatever that might be so that you can really fully embrace this new way of your existence, like a new you being kind of born. Tuning into heart, tuning into your womb as to what is your truth, and not worrying so much about this like energy of like God or something like peering at you, trying to like judge you. Like, I see it because there's like dark clouds there. But like this being you is like untouched, I guess. I like too how it's got like the elements of fire and water there. Yeah, usually it's like spirit and fire for this card, Shin. We're gonna pull one of these. Yeah, okay. So at the bottom of this deck was the moon card, and I was like, oh, why did I put that upside down? But then you have this divine feminine. So I feel like it's kind of tied because we have the moon card being this concept of like the subconscious mind. And the things that maybe you don't want to look at, you have oppression under there too, by the way, 10 of Wands. So like, it's almost like there might be something that's holding you that you aren't really wanting to see. It's your job, Highest, to like look at that or acknowledge what that is, what relationships are oppressing you in your work, in your life, in relationships of love or whatever. What is that? And like you may want to like here I'm seeing like that Hecate energy, the dark goddess, that could be seeing in a negative way by many people. It's like a Luciferian or a Satanist. A lot of people be like, oh my God, like that person doesn't have virtues or morals or whatever. But like, I could tell you that a lot of the Satanist, Luciferian people I've met are like some of the nicest, kindest people I know. But there might be something here around this feminine energy. It says divine feminine. It's something here that can really like show you your virtue and how you want to show up and kind of like start to pave the way for what wants to come through you. Okay. Because it's all a beautiful experience, but it definitely feels like it's like a subconscious mind. And yeah, I don't know, like the father energy. I want to say we have like, I wanted to say the all father here with the eye, and then we have Odin's rune Othello here with the moon card. And we have the moon like crescents. So these next couple days, as the moon's starting to get into that crescent shape more and more, like really connect with the moon, look at it, her, and allow her to like illuminate what wants to be seen in your subconscious, Pius, okay? I think that's all I have to say. We chat sometimes, so, Oh, you're writing stuff. Oh my gosh. It's so good to see you. Yeah, makes sense. Thank you. Okay, I hear you processing. Yes, and like, it's funny that whoever was that person again, snapshot sniper, like, however you want to perceive these card readings, I'm not telling you the future. That's not what this is about. This is about using symbols and allegory to guide us. This is why stories exist, myths, etc. They're like these ways of learning how to walk in life. And my role here is really just to tune into whatever shows up with my intuition and to decipher, so to speak, or speak things from these cards that are choosing themselves to show up. Spirit's using these as like, that's what divination is, as a form of communication that then you determine how you go forward with it. Okay? Because you are the ultimate master of your life. This is about you making your own choices. So, like some people say this is for entertainment purposes only. We here, I believe it's entertainment, but it's also for you to tap into, okay, where am I needing to look at, especially if something resonates or it's like, whoa, I've been thinking about that. And now she's speaking it, or it's showing up, or I'm seeing it in a card. Like that's because it's the universe guiding you to like be aware and make the necessary changes in your life. Okay. So that what? You can walk your true will, so that you can live this life of passion and abundance and really tap into why it is that you're here and do it with, I think, joy and ease. Okay. So whatever that is for you, do what you will. But I think that's it. I appreciate you all being here. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Love you too, Bias. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I hope you have a lovely evening. We'll just take a few deep breaths together to kind of close the space. So just tuning in to your body, any sensations that might be showing up for you. Let's take a deep breath down to the feet. And letting it go. Gratitude. And a breath deep into the belly. And letting it go with gratitude. And the breath into your heart. And letting that go with gratitude. So thanks, everyone. Look forward to seeing you next week, most likely on Monday. And yeah, until then, have a great evening or day, depending where you are. Okay, bye.